What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's crackin'? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It is your man Theo Butler, and welcome to a special, I guess I'm outside edition of I Ain't Saying, I'm Just Saying with the Rock with the Nation. Yeah, special Black Rain tie-in, Black Panther Volume 5, Issue 6. I cannot stand this. I got to do something about this. I'm gonna shave this off. Next time y'all see me, this gonna be gone. But yeah, we gonna review that and everything. Just what we 5 issues in. This is number 6 so far. T'Challa still ain't dead. Still ain't seen in Jobu nowhere around here. No Nakia either. So, you know what? Shout out to the young lady that plays Kamala Khan. I don't know what universe the MCU is, because they seem to don't know what universe the MCU is, but we know what universe it is not. Until somebody can explain to me who the hell Njobu is, the 616 is the comic books. So yeah, we finna take a look at that. Hold on, I'll be right back. First, we have another beautiful cover by Delgado with Shuri facing off against Moreland. In the background, we see T'Challa in a stasis chamber. That's the front cover. From there, we open up and we have our usual suspects. Reginald Hudlin as the writer, Ken Lashley on the pencils, Paul Neary on the inks, Paul Mounts on the colors, and letters by VC's Corey Pettit as we do a quick review of what happened last issue. From there, we see Merlin overlooking T'Challa with the spear Shuri threw at him still protruding from his chest. Like, I'm wondering if that hurts. And while calling her a little girl, he casually pulls it out like it ain't nothing, like it ain't. And he basically tells you that, look here, if that's the best Wakanda can offer, man, it's a wrap. Shuri like, man, whatever. We about that life around here. And she hurls another spear at him, which he just slaps to the side. But he realizes there's something different about Shuri. More on that later on. So, from there, Hudlin takes us to the spirit realm where T'Challa and Aurora are professing their love for one another. Oh, not to sound like Captain Obvious, but just what in the hell was Death doing while these two lovebirds were having their kumbaya moment? I mean, like, no dead ass. Like, I know they knocked them out, but I don't know if you... Never mind. Anyway, I mean, we got time for T'Challa to reflect that he's actually in a coma and everything. Like, that's what I'm like, this is a long moment. And I know they in the spirit realm, but never mind. Anyway, Morna is attacking Shuri, and she's got her Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope technique on full display. Morna is having a hard time laying hands on her. However, after she gets close enough to get a kick in, well, you know what they say. To get close enough to throw a punch, you got to get close enough to take a punch. So, needless to say, she got swatted across the room. That's what happened. As she struggles to get up, Moreland starts trash talking again. Like, villains always trash talk, like, except for onomatopoeia. Don't say nothing. Anyway, Moreland trash talking, which gives Shuri enough time to duck out. Now, if we remember back to last issue, Zaravari had told them that magic was the only way to defeat Moreland. And while we weren't given the specifics of the plan, Ramunda tells Shuri to remember the plan. What plan? Y'all should have told us plan. She also takes this time to tell her daughter, who has been looking for her mother's approval throughout this story arc, that no mother could be more proud of her daughter. Parents, I'm going to tell y'all, because some of y'all don't think that's important. That is important to children. They need to hear that. Spouses need to hear that from each other. Siblings need to hear that from each other. It does matter. Anyway, Shuri thanks her mother. Remember, lords ahead. This queen has experienced a lot in Wakanda. She has suffered. She has been used as a puppet. But that's a story for another day. Right now, it's about her telling Zaravari, he better be right. Anyway, her swearing was a small missed moment in an otherwise incredible story arc, because I'm not thinking Wakanda's cuss like Americans do. Anyway, next panel over, we see Shuri jump on a sky cycle. Brought back the BET cartoon for me. Flashback. Moreland hurls a massive piece of debris at her that barely misses. Shuri fires an adamantium, not vibranium, an adamantium snare net towards Moreland, which it snares him. Like, he caught. And as Shuri say, the package is in the mail. I don't think they talk like that. Anyway. Next over, we see Aurora and T'Challa still confessing their love for one another. How long has Death been out? Like, I know they got into it with Death at the end of the last issue, but we never mind. Because they in the spirit realm. But Death said he had time. He had all time in the world. Anyway, she tells him that she sacrificed herself for him. Wakanda needs him. The world needs him. He says, I don't care. Shout out to Marcus from Back of the Bus. The writing for the relationship, he and I talked about this yesterday. The writing for the relationship between T'Challa and Aurora is inconsistent. One moment they love each other. One moment it don't work that way. Everybody know that. It don't. It just doesn't. Depending on who the writer is, for whatever reason, if T'Challa and Aurora are involved, their relationship is only used as a plot trope to fit the narrative of whatever story is being told. That's dead ass. Like, we looking at it right now. Ridley. Volume 5. I'm gonna say this latest volume of Black Panthers. Never mind. It's no whole nother story. Y'all make sure y'all check out Back of the Bus. Check them fellas out, Marcus and John's Point Period. They got some good information over there. They review social events, entertainment news, sports news, movies, comics, and everything like that. Y'all check me and Marcus out when we be reviewing comics. Y'all see exactly what we're talking about with the latest volume of Black Panther. Anyway, to Marvel, editors-in-chief, this is a new generation, and they see the inconsistencies, and they aren't pressed to spend their money on crap. This is the age of cancel culture, and you can get canceled for misrepresenting characters. Stop judging this character through your jaded glasses. T'Challa, the Black Panther, matters to more than just black people. Figure it out before we figure it out for you. In essence, as we talked about, y'all gonna mess right around and ain't nobody gonna want to buy this comic book. And y'all know how popular this character is. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't keep marketing him every place else except for in the MCU. Never mind, keep it moving right now. You know what though? Petty moment. This whole time I've been ranting and raving about other stuff, Aurora and T'Challa are still making googly eyes at one another in the spirit realm. Well, Theo, why does that bother you? Is Death still knocked out? I would have like, well, damn, where is Death at? Like, damn, you done took, this is your house. You literally got people at your crib chilling, and you, never mind. That T'Challa and Aurora combination, if you knocking out Death in the spirit realm, anyway, it is what it is. We move back over here at Wakanda, where Shuri is flying morning through the air with the greatest of ease, or at least it was easy until she turns around and sees the adamantium mesh net shredded as he pulls himself towards her in the sky cycle. Ramuna wants to know what's wrong at Shuri's dismay at the net. Smart as a whip, though, she lets him get closer until he's on the sky cycle. At that moment, she leaps at the last second because, you know, it was last year's model. She did tell him it's last year's model. He can have it. Shuri hits the flop, drop, and roll technique as the cycle crashes. Hutland then takes us back to the spirit realm, where Death has finally come back to consciousness. Man, y'all clap that thing on the Death, man. Come on, book thing started. Glad you can join us. Damn it. Like, how you knock out Death? Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know Death took naps, went to sleep, could be rendered unconscious. I didn't know. No, I had no idea. Anyway, Death lets the two lovebirds know that their little makeout session is over, and it's time to settle up the debt. Aurora, you came here, you exchanging your soul for T'Challa. I need that. T'Challa like, to get Aurora, bro, you got to go through me. Death like, okay, say less. A deal is a deal. It's either Aurora or Aurora and T'Challa, but I'm gonna get me, trust me. Death like, this my spot, this my place. If you fight me physically, you gonna eventually get tired, and that's gonna be all y'all asses, Mr. Postman. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Which makes sense when he puts it like that. Back at the crash site, we hear Ramunda asking Shuri to report her status. She's mere feet away from Zaravari's home. So she goes more into striking her or throwing her. I'm guessing right here. Because in the next page, we see Shuri crashing through Zaravari's wall. Like I'm thinking he hit her with the pimp hand. I don't know, because the way she flying, I don't think he hit her. I think her body would have been a different camera. Anyway, and right through the new hole in the wall that Shuri just made, Moreland walks through, stating he's about to finish off the family lineage, always talking. Anyway, that tells me he's fought Panthers before and always lost. So why he trash talking, I have no idea. As villains do, he brags when he should be killing. This gives Ramunda time to remind Zaravari to bite the head off a bird, a rooster. That's nasty. They actually put that in there. And spit the mixture of the bird blood and whatever else he had in his mouth on the Moreland, who has his hands wrapped around Shorty's throat. I just like to take this time to point out that clearly the Black Panthers are more durable than the man-apes. There has been more than one. There has been. Yes, Winston Duke, you too can be replaced. Yep, sure can. Please see Mandela. Mandela. M-A-N-D-L-A. That is M'Baku's younger brother. I say that about man-apes because it took more than no time to kill M'Baku at all, and he's struggling with Shorty. And that he knows other Black Panthers. Clearly, he had no success with them either. Anywho, as Shorty ducks out the way, Moreland is surrounded by some type of eldritch fire. And as he's consumed, he begins to vanish. Shorty looks on as Ramunda asks Zaravari, did it work? Looking scared as hell, and I can't blame him. And for good reason, he simply responds, I think so. Shorty ain't trying to hear that, though. She ain't trying to hear that. She need to know. Sister girl need to know. Back in the spirit realm, as T'Challa and Aurora fight on, they are encouraged by Death to continue doing so. Like, he like, man, listen. I just look at my wrist. I got time today. I got 2 souls today. He's on his allegiance. At that exact moment, though, Moreland shows up in the spirit realm. I be damn. And he's a little disoriented. Like, he like, huh? What? With Moreland being basically the type of vampire that steals souls, that's what he is. He don't drink blood, he steals souls. Death is, how can I put this? Pleasantly surprised by his new visitor. Like, I got 1 soul, then I got 2 souls, but this dude got 1,000 souls. Oh yeah, it's time to eat. Also, up until this point, I was not aware that magic had a smell to it, and I'm guessing it smells like its user, because Death tells Aurora and T'Challa to bounce, should I say shoe. That's after he said it smells like Zaravari. Like, what does the Zaravari smell like? Do we really want to know what Zaravari smells like? Because that's what his magic smells like. I had no idea that magic had a scent to it. Anyway, Death tells Aurora and T'Challa to bounce. Wakanda just got shooed away by Death. Shoot. Death telling you to shoot. I don't. Morton isn't impressed, though. He calls Death a bone picker, basically telling him he isn't afraid. You ever notice when people tell people they ain't afraid, they really are afraid? Next page over, Aurora comes to, and mere seconds later, the doctor reports that T'Challa is fine as well. It's a miracle. Yay! An hour later, in T'Challa's chambers, we find Shuri, Aurora, Ramunda, and Zaravari. I thought, T'Challa ain't really feel it. Anyway, Ramunda takes this time to ask for clarity. Why is Shuri alive if she was rejected by Bash? Remember when I told y'all earlier about Moreland? Yeah. Shuri doesn't know, but Zaravari does. He explains to her that even though she was rejected by Bash, she still wore the mantle of the Panther and still defended Wakanda, not for glory, but for her people. It was at that point, without realizing, she truly became the Black Panther. It was why Moreland pursued her and not T'Challa. And that's when Shuri reflects. She thought her coronation, ain't a big word, I've just been reading too long. She thought her coronation as Black Panther would be one big happy celebration. That's when Aurora reminds her that a great leader is not defined by the best of times, but on how she guides her people through the worst of times. And you guessed it. You see it, right? Y'all see Shorty. Y'all see Shorty. Sister girl want all the smoke. Listen, this right here. Hold on, come right back. Oh man, how was that? So, issue 6 is a wrap. T'Challa did not die. We went through 6 issues. No death for T'Challa. Comatose, yes. But was T'Challa dead? No. And is Shuri the Black Panther? Yes. Shuri is the Black Panther. How did she become the Black Panther? It's when she realized, when she made a decision that she was fighting for Wakanda. That means Bass didn't initially give her the powers. It wasn't until right before she took on Moreland or during her fight with Moreland. Actually, I want to say after Moreland probably slapped her through the doorway where T'Challa was in the chamber, because he was able to sense, smell the Black Panther totem on her. Yeah, so that's how Shuri became the Black Panther. So all these lies, all this innuendo about T'Challa died for Shuri to become the Black Panther, that's a hot lie. I don't know who. We still don't know who Njobu is. We got Uncle Sion. Wakabi got murdered by what the dude named Moreland. Zudi was murdered by Moreland. But T'Challa never died. And guess what? He never yielded. That's real talk. In this story arc, that's real talk. He never died and he never yielded. I'm gonna come back later on. Real black talk for real black relationships. Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all then. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.